Hello and welcome to another Pixelart tutorial. Today we are going to do a 1-bit landscape. Having only 2 colors to work with presents a unique challenge, but also creates a cool aesthetic that is reminiscent of older PC games. Today you'll need Aseprite software, a 180 by 120 pixel canvas, and that's all. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started. We go up to New File. We're doing a 180 by 120 pixel canvas here. And we're going to start by getting rid of our palette here. We need to change this black color, so we'll do the lock here and we'll find a darkish color to replace it. We'll come to this blue down here and we'll just go a little bit off of the bottom left corner. Then we can lock that color. And for our lighter color, we'll grab something like right here. So these are going to be our 2 colors for our night scene here. So we'll start by renaming our bottom layer to sky. And our sky is going to consist of a gradient of our 2 colors. So I left click one and right click the other to put one as foreground, one as background. And then we'll come over and select the gradient tool here. We want to make sure we're on Buyer Matrix 8x8, and then you just kind of select the top and pull down from there. It doesn't have to be straight unless you want it to be. And that's good for our sky. Let's create a new layer. We're going to add a moon in the sky here. So we'll name this layer Moon, and we'll come in here, Shift M for our circular selection tool, and we'll grab something maybe 25 by 25 pixels, and we'll start by selecting our dark color select the light color and do F to fill, then select the dark color and do S to stroke a dark line around the outside of our selection. And then we're going to do a gradient across there as well. And that's it for our moon. Let's move this over about here. V is the move tool. Okay, next let's make a new layer. And we're going to call this one Mountain 1. And we're going to select our dark color. Let's hide our other 2 layers while we draw in our mountains. Using the pencil tool and holding Shift at times is helpful for drawing straight lines. And we're just gonna draw in some lazy mountains here, and we'll fill that in. Let's bring back our other 2 layers. Now for this first mountain layer, we're going to grab an area of the background here. So I've got this selection of 5 lighter pixels with a bit of dark around the top and left-hand side. And if I do Control B while that selection is in place, now I have a brush made out of that selection. So we'll come back to our mountain layer, do the paint bucket tool G, And we'll just paint that in. Okay. Now we want something a little more populated with lighter pixels. So let's grab something like this from the sky. Control B, come back to our mountain layer. And if you want to select the entire mountain layer, you can control and click on the layer itself. That'll help keep us in the bounds here. Now let's kind of draw in where the light is hitting these mountains here. You can see our moon. So it's what is casting the light down here onto the mountains. And then escape to get rid of our brush. Let's go back to selecting that layer. And using our bright color, we want to just do an outline here. Some edge lighting on the parts of the mountain that are facing the light source. This also helps differentiate it from the sky, which is a bit of a struggle sometimes when you're doing one bit works. Okay, now let's make another mountain layer. Call this one Mountain 2, since this one's going to be closer to us. It'll be darker, not as much atmospheric haze. And let's do some like foothill shapes here. Just a wavy line across there. Okay, let's go back to our sky and we'll get something kind of like this as a brush to fill in our the lighted areas of our Mountain 2 layer here. Okay, and this part doesn't have to be perfect. We can come back and fix this as we go. Okay, that's decent for our Mountain 2 layer. Let's get rid of our brush by doing escape, and we'll come in with our light color again and do some more of that edge lighting. This really helps differentiate the layers. Add some texture. Okay. Next we want to do a new layer, and here we're going to add our foreground element, the city. Now to create the city, once again we're going to go grab maybe something like this from the sky, Control B. Go back to our city layer, and we're going to just make some vertical lines. I'm holding Shift here. Okay, and once we have something like that, we can hit escape to get rid of our brush And we want to make a line on the light source facing sides of the buildings here. So the right and the top. Okay, and then we can maybe select these, make a brush out of them. Add some more in. Escape to get rid of our brush. Let's go back to our mountain 1 layer. And let's draw in some shaded side of the mountain here. And add some texture to the lower part by getting rid of some of the pattern here. Just lots of clicks and wild mouse movements here. Okay, and let's add some clouds in our sky. We'll grab our brighter color and we'll have some low clouds kind of hanging around our mountains. And then maybe some darker clouds in the sky. Just the idea of clouds here. And that will do it for our 1-bit night sky featuring a foreground city. I suggest you play with the colors and patterns a bit as you try how 1-bit works for yourself. 1-bit art is capable of surprising detail and realism. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and thank you for watching.